Hey, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be starting this channel, but I'm just gonna get right into it. My name is Sabrina. Some people call me Bree, some people call me Brina, but my full name is Sabrina. I am here to give you the top 5 things you should know, or you should at least keep in mind as a brand new nurse. Somebody's calling me, like, why? Wait, I forgot my coffee. Hold on. I got my coffee. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I want to say I'm here to spill the tea, but I got coffee. Top 5 things that you should know as a brand new nurse. If you're starting out on the floor, or if you haven't even started yet, like, these are things that I wish I would have known or someone would have told me coming into nursing. First of all, let me just say congratulations. You made it. You're a registered nurse, okay? Give yourself a pat on the back, maybe two. I could give you a pat on the back, but you know, I'm not with you, so what can you do? First of all, I want you to know that you are competent. I think the first tip is most important, because this is what shapes and molds a nurse's critical thinking skills, is trusting yourself. You are competent. You can do it. You're smart enough. You've passed the NCLEX, and you know what? You're able to use critical thinking. Number 1 tip, you're competent. You got this, and to trust yourself. Tip number 2, your zeal, your compassion, your caring spirit, all of that is what helps you be a great nurse. As a new nurse, I came on the floor super excited, super just ready. Like, aren't y'all ready to go to work? Like, don't y'all want to help some people today? I'm ready to learn how to do some stuff. And I kind of like expected everyone to be just as excited as me. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. And I also expected to make like a life-altering change in a lot of my patients' life. This is not saying that you can't, but tip number 2 would have to be to protect your zeal. Nursing can be very tiring. It can be very stressful, not just for you, but also for the people around you. Compassion fatigue is a serious thing. Knowing how to have an outlet, a healthy outlet, to protect your zeal and your compassion for nursing is really important. So, for instance, I see a lot of nurses that are burnt out. I'm not saying that everyone that I work with is, but a lot of nurses are burnt out. A lot of nurses need some breaks. They need some breaks, and maybe they have other things going on in their life as well. But the compassion fatigue is real. So maybe like exercising, doing a hobby that you like. Find a hobby that you really like. Do that. So when you get to work, your zeal, your compassion, all of that is still pretty high, because you didn't carry that with you throughout your days off. You didn't allow the burden of someone else's health to be your everyday burden, even on your off days or as you're hanging out with family and friends. So just keep that in mind. Compassion fatigue is real. Protect your zeal. Protect your compassion. If you need extra days off, don't go work that extra shift, honey. Don't go work that extra shift. Like, take that extra day. Sometimes people get 3 days in a row. Sometimes people get 4 days in a row. Sometimes people get 2 days in a row. And your charge nurse may ask if you can come in because they really need help. If you're tired, please just say no. Not just for the patient's sake because you're tired, but also for your own sake. You don't want to burn out. This career is such a giving career. Is it stressful? Yes, it's very stressful. Can you become really attached to the patients and the outcome of the patients? Yes, I love that part about nursing. Will you see some of the patients again and again? Yes. You will. However, protect your zeal. You can do what you can do, and what you're doing is making a difference, even if you don't know it is. Oh, not two. Tip number three. Tip number three. This is super important tip. Not only is this important because of just protecting yourself and your mental space. I'm all about mental health. So whatever it is that you need to do that's healthy to help you have a good experience at work and to do the best job you can do for your patients, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So tip number three is that some seasoned nurses will try to eat their young. This is a saying. This is a thing. I know you probably haven't heard it before. Wait a minute. Don't count me out. Some seasoned nurses will try to eat their young. You being the young, you the prey. You're a brand new nurse. You're excited to come to work. You're excited to learn. You have no problem with asking questions and asking for help. However, you may meet a nurse or two or three who are just annoyed. They're annoyed by your presence. They're annoyed that you're here. They like to boss you around. They like to come for you. You didn't send for them, but they coming for you. Honey, it's a thing. Some seasoned nurses they may not like you. They may not like that you're there. Maybe you're a threat to them. I don't know, but I know that I'm not the only one who's experienced it. And I feel like I haven't heard anyone talk about it on YouTube, but tons of nurses I've chatted with about it, some nurses just bitter. They're just bitter towards the newbie. Like they're just bitter towards the newbie, and the newbie being you. You're the newbie, you're the new nurse. The best advice I can give is the advice that I take. It's the only advice that I give. Ignoring it will not make it go away. Ignoring this nurse, this person, will not make this person not treat you that way or treat you better. I go by the famous words of the Lord: a kind word turns away wrath. Okay? A kind word turns away wrath. Talk to them. Maybe after the shift, preferably after the shift, the patient is already safe in another nurse's care. You're leaving, or the other nurse is leaving. She's already given a report. You've already given a report. Go talk to them. Ask them, is there anything? Yeah, sorry, somebody called me. Ask them, is there anything that's going on that I am not aware of that's causing this communication drift, or that's causing this strain in our work relationship? I do believe in conversations. Now, you may not come to a final resolution in that one conversation, but just letting the person know that you're acknowledging the way that they're choosing to treat you, and that's a boundary issue for you. It may really turn it around. It may tell them something that ignoring them won't say to them. So just keep that in mind. Eating your young is a thing in nursing. I don't know why a lot of people may not talk about it, but it's a thing. And most importantly, I think the saddest part about it is that management, most of the time, will ignore it. It's something that you have to kind of put your big girl panties on and go address for yourself. I'm not saying fist. We don't do fist over here. We got licenses to protect. It's never that serious. But just go have a decent, civilized conversation with them and ask them what's up. What's up? We're all here doing the same job, and we're trying our best to give the patient the kind of care that they deserve, especially while they're in this state. How can we work better as a team? That's my tip number 3. Number 4. So, I know what you might be thinking. I want to get a good paying job. I just got through nursing school. I'm broke. Okay, or maybe you're married, you have a family. My family, we need this money. I came into nursing, yes, because I care about people and I care about taking care of people and getting them to their better state of health, but I need the money too. Honey, I'm here to tell you something. And I didn't hear a lot of people talk about this. I'm laughing because I really did not hear a lot of people talk about this. Everybody was talking about the money, the money, the money, but nobody wanted to talk about, it's an old saying, all money is not good money. What I mean is sometimes you get into a facility, you start working for a facility, and it may seem like they have your best interest in mind. First of all, they're already paying you way more than the last facility. It may seem like they see your value, but you have to be a little careful with that. Sometimes, yeah, it is that they see your value, and in other times, it's that they're desperate. They can't keep nobody. They have changes that need to be made, but instead of making those changes, they would just have a revolving door of nurses coming in and offering them the most money to get them to stay. And let me tell you, I always knew this before coming into nursing, but let me tell you, the environment that you work in can increase the value of your nursing skills. Listen to me. Listen to me. The environment that you work in can increase the value in you. The environment that you work in can help your mental state. It can help your overall day. And when you don't work in a great environment, or you work for a facility or a hospital who just don't have your best interest in mind and don't have the patient's best interest in mind, number one, it can be very taxing on you. And it doesn't matter how much money they offer you. When you work in a kind of environment that's toxic, this is nursing, this is any job, it can deplete you faster. You can get depleted pretty fast. And I'm the kind of person where, it doesn't really matter how much money you offer me. If I'm not happy somewhere, I'm about to bounce. So that's number 4. All money is not good money. So make sure you do your research when you get a job offer. Honestly, before you go on an interview, you should be doing your research. Look at some reviews, not just Google reviews, but actually ask some people that you may know who work at that hospital or at that facility. I know everyone's opinion is not always, truth. But if you see some commonalities, sis, everybody's not lying. Pay attention to that. Everyone's not lying. So tip number 4 is all money is not good money. Number 5, the 5th tip is going to have to be involves risk. I didn't hear this a lot during nursing school. Honestly, what I heard the most was patient safety, which is super important, and everything involving the patient, right? Sometimes they were throwing a little things about how we can also be safe as well, but not so much about how it may be a little risky, actually a lot of risky. Nursing can be dangerous. It involves risk. We as nurses will be the first ones to come in contact with a lot of diseases that have not been researched, that are not known. We're talking about before COVID. We're talking about before Ebola. We're talking about before scabies. Nurses we were the first ones on the line to know about these things, to take care of people with these diseases and with these viruses and conditions. So yes, you can gown up. Yes, you can glove up. Yes, you can mask up. But sometimes you're just not prepared because it may be unknown. It may be an unknown condition that you're coming into contact with, and you may not know how to protect yourself. So those are my top 5 tips that I would like for you guys to just consider. Keep in mind, as a brand new nurse, all 5 of those things, because I'm here to let you know you will experience one of those things. I'm sorry, we've all experienced it. And it's not to say that nursing is not a great career. It's the best choice I could have ever made for myself. It aligns with my calling. It aligns with just my spirit, my heart's desire to serve. And I want to let you know also that nursing is so broad. It's so broad. You could go anywhere in nursing and you may still experience some of those things that I've mentioned. Thank you for coming to my channel. That's the end of this video. I'm so happy to invite you into the nurse family. Congratulations again on passing your NCLEX. Don't forget to subscribe. See y'all later.